YouTube. Whether you're looking for the latest news headlines, a meme video made in 2012, or just a video on how to make the perfect frosting swirl, there is miles of content for anyone to sift through. YouTube is such a large part of our lives, sometimes we don't even notice when we're using it. In school, cooking, searching for answers, which makes it even harder to ask the question, what has YouTube done for us? Surprisingly, quite a bit, in ways that most everyone wouldn't notice at the first glance. It has changed the TV and film industry, allowed for social change to take form in millions of people's eyes, and provided an important space for visual learning to take place in our fast-paced world. This global phenomenon, used by billions of people, has had such a profound impact on the modern world, it's hard to even notice it while you look up cute dog compilations. So let's take a scroll through YouTube and uncover a look into the past and future of society, online community, broadcasting, and online learning. On February 14th, 2005, Jawed Karim, Steve Chen, and Chad Hurley officially launched their new website to the public, YouTube. The goal? To provide a platform for people to share their home videos with each other. Days after its debut, it started to rack up millions of visits every day, and the ball kept rolling for the former PayPal employees. YouTube was quickly bought up in 2006 by Google, who called the new website the next step in the evolution of the internet. As YouTube's audience grew bigger and bigger, so did the company and its value. They hosted presidential debates. Government agencies, foreign and domestic, started making channels to keep their people engaged in their activities. Socio-political movements started to spread their words through inspirational videos. By March of 2013, YouTube was getting more than 1 billion users per month. In just 8 years, YouTube quickly became a video-sharing staple and provided a platform for many political, social, and educational reforms to take place. YouTube may have started as a home video, little peek into others' lives type of website, but it certainly didn't stay that way for long. What is widely considered to be the best thing about YouTube is that it has content for everyone. Looking for memes? That's covered. Want to watch people play Minecraft in front of hundreds of thousands of people? It's there. Feel like watching cute dog compilations? They're at your fingertips. No matter what you want to see, it's there. However, even though all of this content is accessible, content fads have come and gone, gotten better or worse, and some genres have been more popular than others. Content has steered away from viewing the world through others' eyes to seeing something silly or entertaining, like watching your favorite TV show, but each episode is only 15 minutes long. Plus, it's not just the games that have become more popular, it's the type of content or style, like with Mr. Beast. Inside of YouTube, there are hundreds of turning points in content, like Dan TDM with gaming, James Charles with makeup tutorials, and others like Smosh and MatPat. These YouTube channels do the same thing for YouTube and the generations consuming content today as famous, older actors did for their time periods, such as Lucille Ball and Henry Winkler. Many YouTubers use their platform to spread word about social issues like racism, sexism, and LGBTQIA+ rights. Because really, YouTubers don't feel as fake as politicians, and they aren't as famous as the biggest actors. They're just people, just like you and me, who put a camera in front of them and went about their lives. Most of them aren't flashy billionaires spreading messages for clout, or dirty politicians who say something to get more votes. They're just people who got lucky with people taking interest in their hobbies. So when a YouTuber tries to spread a message of kindness or social change, it can come off as more genuine than that of an actor, providing a turning point in how internet personalities present themselves and their beliefs. So after making their community with people who have the same interests as them, YouTubers would use their platform to help people deal with mental health and sexual orientation, making their communities inclusive and supportive for everyone.
But I feel like I'm at the stage now where if I can do this and help one person somewhere across the world who watches my videos kind of come to terms with it themselves, then it's worth it.
YouTube content allows for serious conversations about how you can be whoever you want to be. It helps fans feel that people like them, with similar hobbies, interests, and senses of humor, can be a part of the LGBTQIA+ community, so why can't they? Members of YouTube communities feel like they can be whoever they want to be, thanks to the creators who create inclusive environments for people of all walks of life to hang out. Without YouTube, environments and communities like these would not exist. Creators on YouTube can spread social change quicker than actors and people with real jobs can, because of their relatability as real people who truly seem to care about the issues. Speaking of which, many social movements, not brought up by popular YouTubers, have taken form on YouTube. The Arab Spring is a prime example of this. The Arab Spring was a political movement started by citizens of North African and Middle Eastern countries in 2010. It was a series of pro-democracy protests against their authoritarian governments, and protesters used YouTube as a way to spread word of their movement. Muslims in several countries spread words of hope and defiance through YouTube, helping to keep the movement going. And it worked, with rulers in Tunisia, Libya, Yemen, and Egypt being deposed. Of course, you can't talk about YouTube without talking about the spread of information. Whether it's social change, as previously mentioned, or through the form of how-to tutorials and documentaries, YouTube is a great way to get information. The internet as a whole has provided immediate access to any information people want, which can be viewed as a good thing or a bad thing. No more do we need an encyclopedia to look up information when we need it. But that's just the internet as a whole, not YouTube. So, say Jason was interested in building his own chair. He looks up a tutorial on Google and clicks on the first link he sees. He's not a great woodworker, but his brother has a lot of lumber at his house that he's willing to let Jason use for him and his chair. The tutorial gets a little confusing, and Jason has no idea what a pocket screw is from looking at the pictures, and he gets frustrated and stressed out and doesn't end up building his chair. Now what if he looked up a tutorial on how to build a chair on YouTube? He gets several results for videos that can teach him how to build a chair, and he clicks on one that seems trustworthy. Now Jason gets a step-by-step visual guide to building a chair in a way that he understands through visual learning. According to recent studies, visual learning has several benefits that reading and studying don't, such as enhanced comprehension. Visual learning materials can simplify the presentation of complex academic concepts, making abstract ideas more concrete and understandable. YouTube provided a turning point in online education for people who prefer visual learning over textile learning. Before YouTube, online learning relied heavily on articles and research papers that didn't have great resources if you wanted to see how to do something. These tutorials on YouTube are a new way to share knowledge and information in a visual sense, rather than just textile or auditory as they were prior to YouTube. So yes, YouTube has had content changes, and it has changed education. But is it really that different from tuning into your favorite cable TV show or turning on Disney Plus to stream your favorite content whenever you want? Short answer, yes. YouTube is not all the same as your average streaming service, and there's one specific way it diverges from a streaming service. YouTube was a key turning point in all videography because of its use of community to improve the platform. It doesn't matter if it's Star Wars: The Clone Wars from 2008 or Gunsmoke from 1955, but television can't truly connect to its audience. Sure, you can leave a review of your favorite show online after the creation of the internet, and editing crews on larger sets can read their reviews in newspapers, but YouTube allows for a way to instantly get feedback from your audience when you publish your video, which is possibly why YouTube content is more popular than Netflix content, for example. According to The Hollywood Reporter in 2021, YouTube topped Netflix in terms of quarterly revenue, with the Google-owned video platform delivering $8.6 billion in advertising revenue in Q4. YouTube content is improving in ways that cable and other mainstream production companies can't because they don't have access to a comment section or other community forums. Plus, having access to the content that you want whenever you want has supplied fandoms, or fans surrounding certain content or content creators, with a stronger sense of community than what other on-demand services or cable provide. YouTube helped turn the tide and fill the gap between film and community in a way that sites like Disney+, Hulu, and Netflix can't because of the way their services are designed. As you can see, YouTube has had a larger effect on society than it'd seem at first glance. From its humble beginnings as a brainchild of 3 PayPal employees to the multi-billion-dollar company it is today, YouTube has become a turning point in history by several criteria. It has grown to provide entertainment, education, and escapism for billions of people across the globe. It has ushered in a new era of visual learning and education, built a community between content and consumer that's stronger than that of previous generations, and has even had its own turning points in the content it's used to create. But perhaps most importantly, YouTube has become a space to inspire others and share messages of hope and resilience. So, while it might just seem as a fun pastime, YouTube has evolved into a history-changing platform with no telling where it'll go.